So I'm going to show you guys a few quick bassline techniques, which I think are really cool, as well as I'm going to show you Repro5, which is definitely my favorite bass synth. And I'm not just saying that, it's up there with the likes of Diva, and it's made by the same organization, Yuhi. And yeah, I just love it. So let's get started. This is a simple bassline. What we're going to do is we're going to add 4 to the floor bassline. So how do we get a simple bass line like this sounding good? Well, one technique you can use is to add some delay. Because there's not much going on with this bass line, delay will have a real big impact. Let's go into the MIDI clip and just add some more notes. Let's just bring this one back. That's syncopation. Now let's go into Repro and start playing around with some of the settings. I've just used a preset, but we can dial back some of the settings. That's pretty cool. If we just take this beat here and we just duplicate that throughout the entire section, let's switch the delay off for now. We can do multiple things. So for example, we can make the notes all shorter, just like that. But I'm not even going to do that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unfold everything. I'm going to take the last note, or the second last note, and bring that down a semitone. And the second note, we're going to bring that up a octave. I just pressed Shift and up. We're going to fold everything so we can see everything together. Now let's go back into Repro and start changing some of the effects to get the sound we want. Increase the attack. So that's all super cool, but we can do even more. So for example, we can go now into the MIDI and we can actually add some extra velocity. So let's listen to it without randomize and then with randomize. You can also increase the ramp, so you can start the velocity low and increase it to be relatively high. We can go the other way. Which I think is super cool. But the other thing we can do is we can start muting some notes to get even more syncopatic or interesting effects. Let's mute this one. So all of that is really cool, but what we can do now is we can go into Repro, we can duplicate that, add a different bassline sound. So we're still sticking with bass lines. We're going to go to a different preset. Let's check this one here, for example. And we're going to go back in here. And we're going to select all the notes again. Change the ramp so it moves the opposite direction. That way you've got a balance between the two bass lines. Let's go back into Repro. Increase the attack time so they don't overclash. Now let's bring the delay back into both. Some more of these notes off. sometimes less is more, especially with bass. Switch the delay off, on, get the reverb off. What we can do now is we can add a Valhalla delay reverb, which I set up a bit earlier. It gives you really interesting sounds.